Let's see. YouTube Studio. Yo, yo, yo. Just want to make sure I'm on stream right now. I don't know, my stream has kind of been cutting off, so hopefully it doesn't cut off too soon. Yo. All right, so let me start all over again. So I guess because my last stream got cut off, let me try to redo this again. So so look, this is how I'm gonna start right now. So I'm gonna just go to the 1 hour right now. I'm gonna start off with the 1 hour. Higher time frames are usually better, just for the reason that more confirmations and stuff. So I'm just gonna find some levels right here. As you can see, the levels I'm finding is a resistance. I found a support. I found a resistance, and I found a support. So that's kind of where that starts off first now. So that makes it pretty easy, look like that, right? So I go down to the smaller time frames, and now I kind of just adjust it to where, to make sure, you know, these levels are pretty much inside of these lines, so it's more respected, things like that. Go down to 15, same idea. It looks like a fake out because we do have a resistance here, and then we do have a break, and then the next candle right after comes right back into the range. So that usually signals a fake out. So for instance, and then I could also put like a support line in here, so that will kind of signal that in a sense. So, but just going based off of that, what's kind of going on. So I kind of have that idea. Let's see. I mean, you could even say, I guess, like something like that, maybe even too. Because I guess if this did break above, this created a support above that line, which is why we drove up and then came back down, breaking below it, creating this resistance and a support right here. And if you kind of see where this candle closed at, it did close a little bit above that. So I'm wondering if this is what I was just kind of explaining right now, is that I wonder if we could take a possible buy at the break of this candle. It would have to be at the break of that candle, maybe to these ranges right here. This would be, well, this is 1% or so, but I mean, I'm just trying to see the idea of there's a resistance here and a support there. So if anything, this line right here could possibly be a target, just to test it out. But it's like I said, it would have to break this high in order for that to happen. Just an idea. But anyways, so also what I kind of see so far is going to the 5 minute. You could kind of see that this is a level that got broken right here. There's a support here, and there's a resistance. So with that being said, when this closed below it, it created a closure below. And then what I've kind of been testing out is that when you have a closure below a previous low, like this area right here, when you have a closure below, that becomes the new low. And what I've kind of been testing out is trying to understand, and as you can see, this is all clean range right here, which meaning by clean range, it's just the same color candle in that whole direction. So when this candle right here broke the low, that is what signaled pretty much the move possibly back up again. Because when lows get tapped, now a high needs to be tapped. So as you can see, where we got stopped at first was this area right here. So there's a, this was the candle, and look at where we got stopped at, pretty much at that area. 58, 56, but it's still a couple of days downtrend until the split. Yeah, 58, 56. Oh, maybe, okay, are you talking about 58,000 type of thing? Yeah, I could possibly see that. I mean, like on a higher time frame, yeah, like this right here, I could see that being a support. There is also a low, which is, that's the main support, but as you can see, there's also a low right here. So I believe if anything were to happen, it might need to come back down to that low right there. But I'm gonna go up to the higher time frame, and we're gonna diagnose it on the higher time frame also. I'm kind of just going through a smaller time frame just because obviously the smaller time frame you can see more structure and stuff like that. But yeah, so pretty much like I was saying is when you break a low like that and then you close below it, which is this candle right here, I think like VO, because when you want to go higher, then you need to break that 58 level. No, that is true. But are you talking about 58,000 or like 62,058 or something like that? Are you talking about like this area right here? Type out the whole number. I'm not sure what you mean, but yeah, and like I'm saying is that if you see that there's a previous low right here, it's the same thing as that happened right here. Look, when this right here, 58,000. Okay, yeah, so it's more further down. But yeah, I'm gonna go on a daily time frame, and we're gonna look at that right now in a second. But yeah, pretty much like I'm saying is that long term, not short term. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I'm kind of just doing it as the ranges right here on a smaller time frame, just so I could see more structure. Because obviously it's, I'm only gonna be on for so long, so but yeah, but what I'm kind of pretty much saying is that, as you can see, this little area right here, this is a low, and this is the area that we broke, and then it went back up again. So what I'm kind of pretty much saying is that there's also a low right here. We broke like that, and look at what ended up happening. We came back up again. So this is kind of what I'm thinking, is that as you can see, this low got broke, this low closed, and then we broke the low, and then we ended up coming back to the highs. So the highs would be up here at this area. Yo, Daniel, what up? But I see already it goes now down. So like I'm saying is that, so now that we broke this low, now we came back up to this high, and this is where we got a rejection, at least a red candle, which kind of signaled, that area. But then even now on a smaller, with the same principle, you could see that this low got broken, and then we shot back up again. And we usually target the next previous high. And as you can see, this is all clean range right here, which is also why we got a rejection here before too. So, but yeah, that's the idea of what I've kind of been looking at. Yeah. But yeah, what price opening tomorrow might be very yeah, I know it's gonna be very crazy. Very, very crazy. But I do think before we need to go up, we could possibly tap this area right here, because there's a high right here on a green candle. So if we tap that high right there, and this is what I was saying right here, is that on the idea is that, was it a 15? Yeah, it was pretty much, this was kind of the idea, is that if we were to break this high, we might need to tap these areas up here, and this was the high I kind of was thinking about needing to break, because if you kind of see, we did close above that resistance. So, and we also started with the bottom wick and then came up, but then this candle doesn't have a bottom wick. So that's the one thing that's kind of worrying me right now, is that if, you know, if this wants to push up, it just broke this high. Now it might need to break this low before actually going back up again. Fluidity, what up, brother? What up? But yeah, I've been I want to look at this but yeah, look, I want to show you guys this on a daily time frame. Look at this on a daily time frame, guys. So this is more of the overall idea of what's kind of going on. There's a big tall wick right here, but there's no way we're going up to that. That thing hit 138,000 for some reason, but it must have been a glitch or something. But anyways, yeah. So pretty much like this. Look at this. I mean, you can see there's a high here, there's a high here, there's a high here, and then this is the last high. So there was 3 new highs pretty much. This was the high to here, we broke that high, and then this high was to here. That's 1, that's 2 right here, and this is the 3rd one. And then this was the area right here that signaled pretty much, let's see, the fake out. I mean, I seen, you could probably even do, I don't use trend lines, but the idea is something like this. You know, something like this maybe, which is kind of giving you this idea where there's a resistance, and this was a false breakout before tapping, before now going back down to this area. But the idea that I kind of have is that we did create a resistance right here. We do have a support right here, and this was a new resistance high. So once we did break above here, we created this new high right here, as you can see, and that was the high right there that got broken. And then we started moving down back to the lows, and then we came back up to these highs, did the same exact thing, and broke again. So, and then as you can see right here too, the same idea is when we did break this high and we came down, we touched all the way down to the support. Now when we came back up and created a new high, because this is a recent high that got broken, we created this as a new high. And then as you can see, this is the high that got broken, and this was the move that pushed it straight down like that. 4 minutes to go. 15, 5. So on this 5 minute, yeah, there's 5 more minutes. And as, like I said, on the smaller time frame, this was the previous high we're kind of looking at. And then other than that one, as you can see though, the next high would probably be, I mean, there's technically a small high right here because there's a support or resistance, but I think this could maybe be the area right here we might be looking at. Because as you can see, we have this resistance, we have this support, stuff like that. So, but yeah, hope Fluidity, what up, bro? Are you still here? But yeah, but like I'm saying, is on the daily. So this is on a bigger time frame and stuff. You know, obviously it's stuff like that. And this is the same idea right here, is that, look at, this is a low right here, which is this candle right here. Look, this is a low. Look, you see, look, this is the idea. Okay, so this is a low that got broken. We closed below, and then this became the new low we had to break. And that is the low we went down and then pushed up after that. So obviously we're in a bullish trend. So this is kind of the idea you would be looking for. So now that we're still technically a little bit bullish, but as you can see, we are creating these structures up here. So what this is kind of telling me is that, look, we have a, let's see, let me remove these guys right here. Yeah, BTC halving in a couple days. And I believe, if I'm right, when they say the halving happens, it usually drops or something, doesn't it? Let me see. What happens when BTC halving takes place? The technical event takes roughly every 4 years. What will be happening? Okay, did Bitcoin drop last halving? Bitcoin. Does Bitcoin drop after halving? So since Bitcoin has no underlying value, only a cost to produce, its price entirely subjective. I'm not sure. I forget what it says, but I think I remember seeing it that it usually drops after a halving. Yeah. So after halving, always price drop first and then eventually goes up again. So if that's the case, then I'm thinking we need to probably tap this low right here at 58,000, like you were just mentioning a little while ago. So I'm just thinking is that if we do go up, we might need to break this low. You know, might need to do a closure here and then a break of this candle before moving back up to these highs, if that's the case. This 5 minute has a top wick, so it usually shows a range, you know, so that means we could at least tap this high before going back down. Yeah, definitely need to break the low. But the thing is remember, Revo, this is what I was saying, is that these is the lows that we've already broken. So these lows already took that liquidity. Now we need to at least probably target some highs in order to reach back down to the lows. Because the main thing I've realized is a lot of times it has to do with highs and lows, you know. So it's kind of what I've been looking at, liquidity need for the push. Well, but that's what I was saying, is that these lows right here, this is a low, this is a low, and look at, we've already taken those out. And what happened the last time we touched these areas? We went back past this guy, we went back up to here. So who knows, we could maybe start making our way back up a little bit, at least probably to this resistance right here. There's a resistance here, so if we do get knocked down, it'll probably be around that area. She's at 60. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out some ranges right here and stuff. So just trying to figure out where I should be targeting or what should I be looking for. There is a lot of resistance and stuff right here. You could even say something like this maybe, and then maybe like this. It's just too many lines though. I don't really like that Let's see the 4 hour. 4 hour I'll probably get better zones. I like the 4 hour too. So we have those zones there. We have these zones here. We could probably do something like this. Yeah, I actually like it like this on this 4 hour. And then I could probably do maybe one more right here. Right there is where I could do it at. So on the daily, let's look up with the daily. Yeah, that actually looks good like that. So that's kind of my idea right now, is that I'll probably be leaving it like that. So if these are my zones right here, that was the high that needed to be broken. So let me see, this is the high, boom, that was the high, because we also closed above there like that. So that created a new high. I mean, this is the one thing that I'm kind of confused about also, that I'm trying to figure out, which is why I'm on the charts, is that I need to figure out, because obviously, let's say this was a high. I guess this didn't do it right away, but why wouldn't this high after getting broken come down? Technically it did create a high, broke this high, and then came down, but then it went back up again. So I'm trying to figure out, why is this area so significant compared to, like, you know, why wouldn't you take this short here? I mean, like I said, there's a bottom wick here that went down, so you still could have been right, but the idea is that it's very close. It's a close call because of the fact that, let's say it just, you held it and you didn't move stops to break even, or you didn't move like, you know, you just, or you didn't close in profit or something, where you kind of expected, oh, we're going down now, we're all going all the way back down, and then it ends up going against you. So I'm trying to figure out, why is these areas more important than others. That's kind of the purpose of all of this, is just to try to figure that out. But yeah, so let me see this. I'm just gonna check a look over here, because why is this area so significant? You know, that's kind of my idea. So if this is the high right here, this was the high that got broken. So look at, you could kind of say there's a resistance right there. And then this was the high that got broken. Look at that high, perfect like that. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I get into a trade? I mean, even look at this high got broken and then it came down. This high got broken and it came down. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. So if that's the case, and look at the time. This is important too, I believe. They always say time. This happened right here. This is the main candle that dropped. That candle right there. And guess what time it is? It's at 3 o'clock. So 3 o'clock could have been a very important time to understand why maybe these ones didn't do it. Why did these ones, you know, not break all the way down? This and that. Because this also wasn't a low. It wasn't what we're looking for. Or actually, technically, at 9 o'clock, this broke and then it went back up. So that's what I say, is you got to look at all aspects. Time has a lot to do with it. The day has a lot to do with it. Let's see, that was on a Thursday. So that was pretty much at the end of the quarter, I guess you could say. So let's see. That's 3 in the morning too. Damn. Thursday at 3 in the morning. Yeah. If you guys got any questions, I'm kind of just, like I said, I'm just kind of just testing this out, trying to see what makes it. You guys want to keep looking at Bitcoin, or you guys want me to keep it? Here, let's do some replay. I want to do some replay. Let's see what it's looking like. I'm gonna go on all time frames and, you know, see what it's looking like. So, oh, you see how that happened like that? We're wicking down. So what I'm trying to figure out is why would that not be a good area? Okay, that didn't close. That closed and broke the low and it came back up. So now we broke the highs. Did that, came back up and came back down. So now we needed to target these lows and it did the same exact thing. Now it needs to target back up to these highs, which it just did there. Okay, now we targeted. Oh, and then look at that. Boom. So what I'm trying to figure out is why was that drop so significant? Why was that drop so significant? Of all drops, why did that happen? Let me see. On the 1 hour, we broke that low. This has a clean range right there, so I would probably take a sell at that point, I would think, because that looks like a, well, no, wait, let's see. Yeah, I would take a sell at that point. Let's see what happens. Oh, that was bad. That's a bad sell. Oh, that was all bad. Look at that. All bad. Not good, not good. I was expecting it to possibly fill this whole wick, but the thing is maybe this wick right here was the liquidity so we could push up. So now that we broke these highs, where would our area target be? So look, we have a wick here. We have a wick here, we have a wick here, and a wick here. Let's see, with all these wicks, it is 130 pretty much. So half of 130 would be 65. 65 would be here. So my guess is maybe let's see if it goes to the 65 area, which would be pretty much that wick right there. And it did go to that wick. So that idea was kind of correct. But look, now that we created this high, I'm thinking if anything we need to break this high before we start pushing down, because, and there's a resistance right here. So let me put this resistance right there. There's a resistance we closed above. There's also that right there. And that is signaling 1, 2, 3. That's a 42. So that's going to say a fake out right here. So if anything, I could probably take some kind of short right here and see if that maybe comes down. Sell. Let's see. Came down a little bit. Came down a little bit. Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. That looked good. And then why would we get out at this bottom area? Because it did tap this low right here And the last time, look what happened after we bounced off this line. We broke below it, and then we, this line right here, we came all the way back up again. So there's at least, at least to this high wick right here, which is exactly what we did. We broke that high. So now that we broke that high, we need to break these lows. So we need to probably come down. Boom, there it goes. Broken that low, top wick. Oh. But now that we've broken these lows, where is the next target? So the next target would most likely be probably these highs right here. If not, yeah, I would say this high right here, this high right here. Oh, nope, nope. Oh, okay, there it goes. Okay, that makes sense. This is what I dealt with the other day, is when we had this close like this, and if the next candle closes above it, that doesn't, it's not the what we're looking for. Whereas in this candle closed below, and this one created an inside bar, this also created a 42 idea, so you would want to take a buy there. And let's see where we end up. Ooh, perfect. Exactly. So that was a good idea right there. So that is what I've been noticing, is that I actually dealt with that yesterday, where as in when we break this low that we're looking for, as you can see, this would be the new low we're expecting to break, right? But the thing is when the next candle closes back above that range, it's not the correct move. Whereas this one broke below, and we had an inside bar which also closed below this range. So that is the inside bar that we're looking for. And then you have the break of the third candle, which signals a 42, and then it usually goes to the previous time frame. So let's say that's the 30. Let's see, the next previous time frame would be right, the next resistance is technically right here at this guy. So let's see on a smaller time frame, does it create a fake out at all? No, it just went straight up. But that's what I'm also working on too. But like, okay, so for instance, I guess we did break the lows already. This created a 42 right here. But why, like I said, that's why I've been working on these things, just trying to figure it out. And obviously we're just bullish, so it means, so we're trying to figure that out. Let me get out of this replay. All right, let's see. Let's get back to, ooh, okay. Let's see right here. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. So for instance, we have this support here, we have a support here, and we have a resistance right here, and a support there. And then we could also maybe bring this down like this. Yeah, that's good like that. I like that. And then this was the 30-minute low that we were talking about. Because why? Let's say we even have a support area, something like that. Let's see, something like that. Yeah, exactly. So look, this is what I was saying earlier, is that the break of that low right there, I mean, this candle closed back into that range. So we tapped these lows already. We closed below this candle right here. If I were to move this guy, let's see right here. Let's see. Okay, so look, there's a low right here. There's also a low right there. So look, and like I was saying earlier, look, the close below, the inside bar, the 42 break of this high, boom, usually targets this next area right here, and that's exactly where we're at. So let's see the 5 minute. Oh damn. All right, so that closed right there. Let's see actually 5 minute. I'm long short term for 4 hour. 4 hour. Let's see. I could see that. Back to 70. Ooh. The only thing, cause like I said, look at just from what I've been seeing, is when we close below like this, above there. This is one of those things I've been working on fluidity. Look, you see how this candle closed above this high, and then the next candle broke that high before coming down. Look right here. That is the candle that, like I said, that is what I've been noticing, is that this high needs to be broken before coming down. So just for the idea of that, if this is the break of that low, I believe we might need to break this low one more time before coming back up. This is the inside bar though, so I mean, I could also be wrong. Or actually, look, on the 1 hour, look at this, is exactly what I'm talking about. So it did do it on the 1 hour, which is explaining why we did a retest and it's not going anywhere. See, look, that candle right there was the break of the candle, and then look, boom, that is the break of it, and it started to move up. So that's a good sign. But how high can we go? I don't know if it's gonna be that type of move, because on the 4 hour, this is where it stops at. So if we do kind of come up, I do think this could be possibly where we might end up coming up to. We might, trickle our way up down to this way before coming down to break this low, before moving maybe back up again. But that's going to take a little time. That's just my idea of what I'm kind of seeing right here. Because like I said, on a smaller time frame, the 1 hour, that's true. It's perfect. Everything's working out fine. But like I said, there's the level 1 right here. The level 2 would be this guy. So if we need to come back into, or I kind of see what you're saying though. Like I said, if this is also a resistance or a support up here, that'll be the third level that we possibly need to tap into. So if we tap into here before coming back down again, that could also be right here around the 69, 70,000 area. So I mean, I definitely see what you're saying. It definitely could be that. But like I said, just on this 1 hour though, is just the one thing that's kind of getting me to think, like, how low or how high can we really go? But yeah. Yeah, that's what I see. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. Yeah, that's what I said. I know what you're saying. I see what you're saying, bro. Let's see. Yeah, and if you guys haven't subscribed to this Donvo Clips channel, make sure you guys subscribe to this Donvo Clips channel. I run this channel for Donvo, and yeah, we're trying to hit 900 subscribers. We're only 2 subscribers away, so this is where I get a lot of my information and stuff like that. So what I notice, bro, is I take note of the candles closures that make all-time highs, all-time lows. Structure is formed around those. That's what I notice. Yeah, that's definitely true. Let's see. So at one point, this, like I said, like how you're saying, at some point, 69,000 was the new all-time high. Because this is 69. So when we hit this 72,000, it made a new high, it created a structure, and then it came down. Oh man. Yeah, that's true. Only have wicks. Yeah. I'm just kind of letting it play out right now, just trying to see what happens. But I'm probably gonna be getting off pretty soon. I gotta go to work pretty soon, so Yeah, I remember you were saying buys, bro. So from what I'm looking at, the last real all-time high was from 2021, and we should go back. I'm sure we'll see structure leading back to present. Yeah, that's true, bro. Like I said, though, with a lot of stuff going on with the war and all this stuff, it could definitely. That's also why it kind of came down too, I believe. If with wars, bro, it's sometimes intentional to get the market specific. No, for sure, bro. I believe it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, bro. And they waited right till Saturday too, right? Which is kind of crazy. They wait right till Saturday. Yeah, this was the target I was kind of expecting to happen. And then I go to the 5 minute. That is the exact structure that's happening. Which was this guy right here. Boom. Break of that. And then we go to the higher time frame. This is the area we're getting rejected at. Boom, right there. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It definitely is like that. I do believe that. Where it's like, it's It's all a little too sketchy. But yeah. But all right, bro. I'm gonna have to get off right now. I gotta get to I gotta go to work pretty soon, so I gotta crash out. But yeah, I just wanted to get on just to make sure I start streaming again. So I'll make sure you guys are tuning in every time I start streaming again. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys haven't liked and subscribed yet, I'll check real quick before I leave. But yeah, check your monthly time frame. You'll see literally come back to. Yeah. See, look right here. Look, and look at what I was kind of saying. Look, the high, we broke it and came down. So now this was the new high right here. Boom. And look it, we broke it. So if anything, actually, what I'm kind of seeing, I'm wondering if that could be it. Because as you can see, we made a high and then we broke that high. So technically right here, we made a high and we haven't made a new high yet. So I'm wondering if we do need to come back up here before we actually do push down. So we'll have to see. But yeah, alright guys, I'm gonna be getting off though, but I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and if you haven't subscribed to this Donvo Clips channel, make sure you subscribe to that. We're almost at 900 subscribers. It'd be cool if we could hit 900 subscribers. But yeah, I'll see you guys